The majority of cork in the U.S. comes from trees in the European Union. So adding a 15% tariff to these could be another thing to drive up the price of wine. The cork may be quickly forgotten once the wine is flowing, but cork advocates say it's considered an unavailable natural product that's nearly entirely imported.
It's not grown in the United States. It's critical to the wine industry, which is a $140 billion a year, made in America industry.
Patrick Spencer from the Natural Cork Council shows off the bark of a cork oak tree.
I mean, this is dried. When it comes off the bark, off the tree, it is a little bit more spongy.
It comes primarily from Portugal and will soon join a small list of other items that are exempt from a 15% U.S. tariff on European products. In his executive order Friday, the president said exemptions and reductions are based on U.S. national interests.
70% of all winemakers in America use natural cork. Why shouldn't it be on the list?
Ponzi Vineyards is one of those wineries that depend on imported cork.
There are certain items that we simply can't source locally, including barrels that come from the forests of France most commonly, and cork that comes from Portugal.
Carrie Kelscher, Ponzi's chief brand officer, says they've seen costs rise 10 to 15% in the past few years, so any break they can get is a good one.
It does become a juggling act as our costs increase, our prices have to increase, and we continue to sort of price out that entry-level customer.
She said they depend on quality cork from the best trees, so that means paying a little more to protect their wine.
Cork failure can cost a winery up to 3% of their inventory.
But they're cautiously optimistic this tariff exemption will stick.
If it sticks, it's going to be massive. But it could change.
He says trade leaders are still working to make sure that exemption is in the final order.
To add a 15% tariff onto an industry that's already struggling doesn't really make sense if what we're trying to do is promote Made in America.
Libby Dowsett, KGW News.